Hey, welcome back to Two Kims.
One pod.
I am your first Kim, Unji Kim.
And I'm your last Kim, Peter Kim.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for letting us into your hearts, homes, and ears yet again. I just wanted to talk about today. So this is going to be kind of a toxic pod, if you don't mind.
As opposed to
how usually
non-toxic pods.
Yeah. So I have been, Peter knows, I've been kind of going through it emotionally for the last couple of months or so. And, there's been a pretty exciting NBA playoff situation right now. And let me tell you, I understand why men are into sports. Like, I really understand it now, because
what is it?
You do not have to focus on I do not have to confront the shit that I'm having to confront emotionally, because wow, I can't believe the Pacers are in the finals, right? Like, wow, there's like all this like backstory, and there's so much content and media and stories and numbers that are involved with sports. Like, there's gambling, there's like the human interest, there's just so much to distract and
from your own life.
And it's live. Yes, and it's live, so it's like happening in the culture,
right? It
connects you with other people, but and you don't have to deal with who you are at all. And
that's nice. That's nice.
Because it's like, because there's this like because of how
you're saying sports is drugs for men.
Sports is drugs for men. Sports is like how women be shopping. Like, it is the same thing for men, but like, with shopping, there's like this idea that it's frivolous, and with sports, because it is men and we live in a patriarchy, there's this assumption that it's important and that it deserves, like, there is the Home Shopping Network, but there's way more sports channels. There's way more discussion about it. There's way more culturally you can talk about with a ton of people. And I think that there is this benefit to like simply ignoring it, because, when I consider men and what they might be confronting, instead of just like distracting themselves with sports, I wonder if it's always good to confront what's happening inside. Like, maybe some things are better left, like laying dogs lay. You know what I mean?
Lying dogs lie. Letting lying dogs lie.
Like lying.
Leave it alone. Yeah. Don't touch it. It's like that song from Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Yes.
Like a light bulb, like a switch.
Absolutely.
Mormon trick.
Like, there's just
that's always the option. That's, I think, the most common option.
Let me tell you,
look at the world. Look at our country. I think it's the option.
We
haven't talked about racism. I think that's what's happening.
I guess in my mind,
I don't think we're confronting anything.
I guess in my mind, like, I'm someone that always is discussing or confronting or dealing with this stuff at the forefront of my mind. And
you're tired and you want to just watch sports.
Yeah. Like, it's almost like, it's like, I know it sounds so stupid, but it's like the time when
I need a break.
But it is. It sounds stupid, but it's like literally like the time I realized that boobs were important. And that, like, I just had no idea inside of culture how important a woman's breasts were. So, like,
what do you mean important? Like life-giving?
No, like how,
or like how many people are thinking about it?
And like how.
Oh, okay.
And
like that's like, and like more than half this. Yeah.
And like, and also like how heavily it plays into a woman, how like
her worth.
Yes. And like what like people think is attractive, like that is so integral to it. I literally didn't understand that at all. Like, had no idea. So like, that's why it was like so infuriating.
Because do you feel like it's because you don't have them?
Yeah, I mean, because I didn't even know, like, it's not like I had a lot of unwelcome attention or anything, any attention was very welcome. I was very interested in attention, but no one.
Yeah, and you figured it was because of your voice.
Yes, I figured because it was like. No, I literally did not understand. I was like, my personality is so incredible. I do not understand why people are not more interested, and
it was the boobs. It was the boobs.
But I mean, like,
that's the only reason I get any interest is because of my toes.
It just like didn't occur to me. Like, it was so like if I look back at it, it's like there's so much about my life that is clarified by this, and instead I was just like spinning, being like, "What is happening?" So frustrated.
Right, you could have just gotten implants,
or I just at least would have known what the fuck was up. You know, like I just that's
instead you blamed everything.
Yes,
else.
and other people and like myself, as opposed to being like, yeah, that's like it's like not knowing that the essay is like 60% of your grade. You know, I just had no idea.
That's interesting. I went through a similar experience when I came out, and I was heavily confronted with no fats, no femmes, no Asians.
Yes.
And I internalized that too. But, you know, growing up, I realized, oh, that's not about me. Mm-hmm. That's about them. And that there are plenty of people that are attracted to the fats, the femmes, the Asians.
Yeah, of course.
But because I'm confronted by the thing that doesn't want me, I'm chasing it, the validation for it. Because I wouldn't have even thought to chase the thing if it didn't reject me first.
Oh.
That's what I figured out, is that like, oh, do I even want that thing? Or like, am I just doing it because I don't want to be a loser?
Yeah.
And it's just reframing about like, oh, I'm just a winner, but for people who are attracted to me, as opposed to being a loser to the people who are not attracted to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just a simple flip, but that takes 40 years. At least for me. Some people, I mean, Timothy Chalamet seems to have figured it out at 13.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, like some of us take a longer time to reframe that thing.
It is something. I mean, I never. It's just very, like, I guess a desire and like sort of. I don't know. I in my mind, this is the thing that's fucked up. I never even thought that I was like. I don't know. It's this twin thing where I'm not only think that I'm better than, but also worse. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I think that I'm like better.
It seems like the reaction is that you're better than because someone's saying that you're worse. Or like in order to protect the feeling of worse, you're assuming better.
Better than? It was, but and now I'm realizing, at least with the sports stuff, where I'm like, this is awesome. Like, I guess there's a part of it, like, it feels very mundane and trivial, and stupid that I'm finally realizing it now. You know,
that sports is cool.
It serves such a specific function. I literally thought that everyone just liked it.
Everyone, they do like it.
But it serves another function where it's like so distracting, and like you can throw all of, you know, your other troubles and kind of move it away. You don't have to deal with stuff because there's so much other content. There's so much other like,
I mean, that's why I like reality TV. That's my sports.
Yes, absolutely. It's
same thing. Yeah. I'm turning off my brain and watching 9,000 episodes of Love Island, clearly knowing that this Cuban lady is saying the N-word on her TikTok. Like, do you know about that scandal that's going on? This bitch got removed in the middle of the night, and they did not explain anything. Like, the sun went down, and it was like, blah, 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 blah. And the narrator goes, and what a beautiful day it was. Let's wait till tomorrow and see what the island brings. And then on the next fade up, they go, Yulissa has left the island.
Wait, they don't explain it at all?
They barely. If that narration line didn't come in, we would have just not known she was there.
It was like Deus Ex Machina out. She just was like plucked
out. Plucked out.
And none of the other cast members
plucked her out.
Other cast members aren't talking about it. They're like, where the fuck is...
I'm sure they are, but that's being edited out. Because it's not like a unedited live stream.
Well, of course, yeah. I mean, the winners always do write history. So, you know, if you're written out, honey, you don't even exist. You
Goodbye, bitch.
you never even
They
existed.
never existed.
You know, like you're done. Poof, poof. You know what I mean? Like that's wild. So wait,
What a dream.
wait, did she like? So it's because the producers found this shit on her TikTok.
Yeah, there were all these TikToks of her saying like, "You just hate me because I'm a Trump supporter. Fuck you, blah blah." And she's saying the N word, my N word, this N word, I fuck this N word, blah. And she's like going on a tirade. And there's like it went viral. Like the second the episode dropped, because everyone's just like researching,
Yeah, of course,
on at home in their second phone, or on a second screen, going, "Who the fuck is this Yulissa bitch?" And then like the first thing that comes out is her podcast where she's like nonstop dropping the N word. And yeah, and she was thirsting after a black guy, which is like just so interesting. And like, and here's the thing: can we just talk about? I know this is not your subject about loving sports,
Yes.
but it does touch upon what I wanted to talk about: why people love sports and why I think men are so drawn to it is because, and women too, people. It is immediate community.
Yes.
In real time. So it's as if, like, let's say for us, it was the Cult of Improv.
Yes.
It's as if imagine every fucking channel every night was playing the most incredible TJ and Dave like sets.
Yes.
And we were just watching and talking about it, drinking beers. Oh, look at that move. I can't believe that comeback. Blah,
Yes.
blah. Oh, he called that back. Wait, I went to the bathroom. What did I miss?
Absolutely.
Oh, act 2.
Yes.
They're doing the second beat of this. You know, like that's what it is. But it's a way to connect to each other immediately without having to know someone.
Absolutely.
And there's beauty in that in such a digitized, like isolated world we live in. And that's why sports is still the biggest thing.
Absolutely.
It's the biggest. It's basically the biggest cult if you want to really break it down.
Mm-hmm.
But why I even bring this up is because the community aspect of it is, I think that's what's vital.
Yeah, because like it's not even like when I talk about like how much I can kind of ignore things, right? It's the same way that like with religion as you're describing, like, you know, you get caught up in like the community, you go to the church, you do this, like,
yeah, because you could ignore things with like a bunch of content on TV or like on your social media or whatever. Like you can lose yourself in many different ways. You could lose yourself in books, you could lose yourself in documentaries, radio plays, but why
radio
sports?
plays.
If you're 101 years old,
you gotta learn. You gotta listen to it on your ritual, like
murder podcasts, whatever, you know.
But there's something about the going together and the community of it. It's like
that's the thing of it.
It makes it feel less fucked up. It makes it feel less like escapist because
everyone's doing it,
and also like you're confronting each other. Like, you know, it's live, so it's like it feels like you are doing something. Because you're being present and like it's something that's happening occurring in the culture live. So it's not,
you're participatory.
Yes.
You're not alone. You're part of a communion.
So so even like that, it's like it sort of fosters and helps and aids like the isolation you may feel that some might be a part of what you're trying to escape, for example.
Right.
So I mean, like all of it is just really astounding. I mean, and the people that are listening are like, "Yeah, you dumb bitch," like, of course. But like I understand that it's stupid.
But it's important to note that because it's a patriarchy, there is no other type of outlet like that.
Yes.
Like, what else is happening live that we could all sit around and drink a beer and participate in?
I mean, the only thing, and I will
besides award ceremonies,
and I will say, like, let's give it up for Bravo Andy, where credit is due. He is sort of doing that with all of with Housewives, because there's a lot of
it's not live.
It's truth, but it's like there's a lot. I mean,
but you could watch it together,
and there's auxiliary like content, right? There's podcasts that just talk about this. There's this, you know, there's literally a show where we come on and this is like,
you recap it.
And there's like live beef that's happening in the culture, you know? And so he's done that, you know?
And now with Phaedra Parks being on Married to Medicine and Atlanta, there are like trades happening between franchises. Like this. Yes, it is our sports. I say that all the time. I was talking to You know Carlos Herrera, who works on Bobby's podcast?
Yes.
He's kind of like the baldish one. He and I did a podcast yesterday, and we ended up talking about something about housewives. Mormon wives. And
The Secret Lives or Cell
Secret Lives. Okay. No, Secret Lives. Are you caught up on season 2?
I am not. Don't tell me. Okay.
Wait.
I'm not. I haven't started yet. I'm not started. So I've just watched the first. I like TikTok is pushing Secret.
What about
Lives.
season 1?
I'm not. The Secret Lives is being pushed to me very hard, so I am aware of drama.
Do you know why it's being pushed hard?
To me on the algorithm?
Yeah.
No. Because it knows that I like it. You'll
like it. It's peak television, is what I'm trying to tell you. It's beyond. It's beyond.
I mean, like, truly, because I'm also aware of these ladies outside of that fucking show because of the mommy blogger.
But that's why it's so interesting, is because the mommy blogger, Mom Talk, is already a thing, but now you're getting the glue in between, the ligaments, the joints. You're seeing the skeletal structure.
And that's the reason why TikTok knows I'm interested. I'm fascinated by it because also when I realized that all these women
it's watching 35-year-olds act like they're 12-year-olds.
Incredible.
That's what's so yummy about this, is that it's the pettiness and the stupidity of telling someone that they have to choose between me and her as the queen bee. You're 35 years old, ma'am.
Ma'am?
You have 4 children.
and one more, and 3 more on the way. Like
yeah, and a 6th mortgage. Like, get it together, bitch. And they're like, what the freaking heck? Like, they talk like, it's so like.
It's because, honestly, I will just say, like, from what I've seen and what I know about this mommy blogger universe, because there's been drama on just TikTok between a lot of them.
Yes.
It's like, because it's like the pettiness is their white wine. Like, they get drunk on being mean to each other. They get, like, it's like,
yeah,
it's crazy. That's why there's so much more drama.
Middle school girls, they're so stunted. Anyway, go watch it. It's incredible. I highly recommend. But the reason I even brought it up is because Carlos and I started bonding over that as if we were bonding over sports.
Yes.
And we started like going deeper into like players and stats and what, who do we expect to be the villain in 2 seasons, and who are we, like, we're really like doing a deep dive of reality TV because we watch all the same shows. And it's the first person outside of my like tight friend circle that I met, like just another comedy friend that's like going deep with me like that.
Okay.
And it just felt so good. And I'm just trying to relate to you back to the sports thing, is that whatever that thing is for you, the sport is for you, there's a real community in that. And there's a real connective tissue, person to person in that. Very anti-AI coded.
Yes.
Like, it is, that's what's dinging our dopamine receptors, I believe, is this like real human plasticity that's being created between us.
Because the connection is really a large part of it. And I will just say, like, this is just, when I said this was sort of like a toxic thing, I was just like, I am a huge advocate for this escape thing. Like, maybe it's just my
Same. That's why I do mushrooms.
I mean, like, truly, like, highly advocate that. If you guys are in,
trust me, they're doing it. You're not the first one to advocate escapism, Angie.
I like truly like.
Trust me, they're listening to our podcast. They're trying to escape something worse. Okay.
I like truly like, it sounds so fucking. I'm like, yes, you dumb bitch. Like, duh, but it's truly like.
But you just found out about it.
Yeah, because I was like, I think in my.
Well, thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for exploring your world and
I think,
learning and growing.
Because I guess in my mind and in my circle, there's so much pressure to like better yourself constantly, and I feel like it's such a ingrained part of our culture right now. This idea that like you are not enough, and like you need to improve. Like however you're living is not enough. Like, have you considered cutting this out? Have you considered literally fasting? Have you considered all these things to improve yourself? And I guess my point is like, don't. Like you don't have to.
Yeah.
Like
Be your bad
yeah,
self.
like you can truly like just indulge and like so much about. And I think some of this also is because like my son has been asking me like what the point of life is a lot. Because he's like nervous about death. I don't know. And like everyone dying. It's like sometimes I'm like, are you Woody Allen? Like it's so fucked up. Like why are you talking about this? And like the thing I've been countering him with is that it's not necessarily to improve. That's not the point of life. It's like this, or like escape and live and be present and connect with other people. So I guess maybe that's it. Like I've been more willing to indulge like the worst parts of myself and like be and less admonishing.
Maybe you'll be a little happier and a little less stressed.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Yeah.
You know, that's the dream.
That sounds great. So take a load off, guys. If you've learned anything from today's pod, don't be afraid to give up. Let go.
Just let the abyss wash over you and just
stop staring back into the void and turn around. Love you guys. Tune in next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye.